A crippled former slave opens a philosophy school. Within years, Roman senators and a future emperor travel hundreds of miles to study with him. How? He taught what he lived. Epictetus taught 3 disciplines that create freedom, coordinated by a ruling faculty that applies them to reality. First discipline, the discipline of desire. Stop desiring what's not up to you. Stop fearing what you can't control. Sounds simple? Maybe, but its effect is revolutionary. Epictetus makes this clear with his sickness example. Sickness is a hindrance to the body, but not to the will or the character, unless you decide to make it so. Think about that. Here's the key distinction. External circumstances, sickness, poverty, slavery, limit your freedom of action, your external freedom, but they leave your internal freedom, your freedom of the will, untouched. The slave can choose courage. The dying man can choose dignity. The betrayed can choose forgiveness. These choices express an inner freedom that cannot be constrained. Remember our wealthy prisoner from episode 1? He desires external validation and is thereby enslaved by want. But the slave who desires only virtue, he's free. Desire for externals enslaves. Desire for virtue liberates. Second discipline, the discipline of action. Act according to your roles and relationships, but without attachment to outcomes. You're a parent? Fulfill that role excellently. A citizen? Serve with integrity. Like an archer, you control the draw, the aim, the release. But the wind that moves your arrow? Beyond your control. Focus on your process, not results you cannot command. Epictetus teaches true freedom lies in judging your acts only by what's within your control. The general can devise the most brilliant strategy, but whether it wins the battle? Outside his command. What remains entirely his? The excellence and integrity of his planning. The discipline of action. Perform your duty with excellence, regardless of outcomes. Third discipline, the discipline of assent. Guard your mind's gateway. An impression appears. This is terrible. I'm a failure. This is unbearable. Stop. Examine. Is this true? Is this helpful? You don't have to accept every thought. This is episode 3's habituation applied to thinking itself. Just as you build virtue through repeated virtuous action, you build mental discipline by repeatedly examining, testing, and filtering your thoughts. Practice saying, "Not yet," to impressions until you've verified them. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. That strength comes from systematic practice. Like a helmsman in a storm, you can't control the waves of impressions crashing over you, but you control which ones you use to steer your course. That's the discipline of assent. These are Epictetus's 3 disciplines: desire, action, and assent. But how do they get applied? The ruling faculty, the reasoning power that coordinates all 3 disciplines. It balances them against one another and applies them to reality. It's not a 4th discipline. It's the reasoning that unifies all 3. Example, the general whose brilliant strategy just failed in battle. The ruling faculty engages all 3 disciplines at once. Discipline of desire. Accept the defeat as reality. Don't torture yourself wishing it hadn't happened. Discipline of action. Learn from the failure. Adjust tactics. Lead your remaining forces with renewed purpose. Discipline of assent. Judge this setback as training for the next engagement, not as proof of your incompetence. That's the ruling faculty in action. 3 disciplines, 1 system. Reason unites, wisdom applies. Master your reasoning, and no defeat can master you. Remember the bondsman from episode 2? This is his method. 3 disciplines creating an inner freedom no master can touch. As to whether such a freedom is complete, the philosophers who follow will answer that. But first, master this foundation. We now have Epictetus's complete system, 3 disciplines and a ruling faculty of reason. This framework promises mental freedom and the power to control your fate. But does it work in the real world? One student tested it at the ultimate level, from slavery to sovereignty. Next episode, how Marcus Aurelius applied a slave's philosophy to the ruling of an empire. The final proof that these principles work at any level.